Imagine this, every 3.8 seconds, a new Toyota rolls off the production line somewhere in the world. As you watch this video, at least 15 people have just received the keys to their new Toyota. But here's the fascinating part. Toyota wasn't always the titan we know today. In 1937, when Kichiro Toyota decided to make the leap from looms to automobiles, absolutely no one, was betting on this small Japanese company. American giants like Ford and General Motors dominated the global market, and the idea that a Japanese company could compete with them seemed crazy. Total madness. However, what happened in the following decades would forever change the global automotive industry. Toyota not only survived, it completely revolutionized the way we manufacture cars. And the most impressive part, they did it in a way that no one expected. It all started with a simple weaving machine. Taichi Toyoda, the founder of the founder of Toyota Motors Corporation, invented a revolutionary automatic loom that would stop instantly when a thread broke. This simple principle, known as Hidoka, automation with a human touch, would become one of the fundamental pillars of Toyota's success. But the real revolution came after World War II. While American factories thrived on Ford-style mass production, Toyota faced a unique challenge. The Japanese market was small and demanded a wide variety of vehicles. They couldn't just copy the American model. They needed something different, something revolutionary. Taichi Ono, the architect of the legendary Toyota production system, TPS. Ono noticed something fascinating during a visit to American supermarkets. The shelves were restocked. They restocked only when it was necessary. Why not apply this same principle to car manufacturing? That's how the system was born. Just-in-time, the second pillar of Toyota's success. Instead of producing large quantities of parts that needed to be stored, Toyota started making only what was necessary, when it was necessary. Seems simple, right? But this idea completely revolutionized the automotive industry. But here's the truly brilliant part. Toyota developed the concept of Kaizen, continuous improvement. Every employee, from the assembly line worker to the CEO, was trained to spot problems and suggest improvements. What was the result? A unique corporate culture, where perfection isn't a goal, but a continuous journey. Imagine this. At a Toyota factory, any worker can stop. The entire production line stops if they detect a quality issue. Seems counterproductive, right? But this philosophy of stopping the problem before it grows has resulted in some of the most reliable cars in the world. The Toyota production system became so revolutionary that it has a special name in the business world. Lean manufacturing, lean. Companies all over the world, from computer manufacturers to hospitals, have tried to copy the system. But here's the secret. It's not just a set of rules and procedures, it's a whole work philosophy. Conquering the world, Toyota's global strategy. While other Japanese brands struggled to enter foreign markets, Toyota had a plan. Masterful. Instead of trying to sell the same cars everywhere, he did something incredibly smart. They studied each market as if it were a different world. And this is where the story gets really interesting. Let's take the United States as an example. In the 70s, when the oil crisis hit hard, Americans were driving huge gas guzzlers. Like there was no tomorrow. Toyota saw its opportunity and came in with the Corolla, affordable, efficient, and, most importantly, reliable. Meanwhile, American manufacturers kept pushing their giant models. Toyota was offering exactly the same thing, what the market needed. But here's where it gets brilliant. Toyota didn't settle for being just the budget brand. Did you know that to really dominate the market, they needed something more? In 1989, they did something nobody expected. They launched Lexus, their luxury division. The experts laughed. Who would buy a Japanese luxury car when they could have a Mercedes or a BMW? Well, it turns out that many people would, especially when they discovered that they could have the same quality for a better price. And speaking of prices, Toyota developed a strategy they called fair pricing. It wasn't the cheapest or the most expensive, but it offered the best value for the money. What was the result? A brand loyalty that other companies can only dream of. Studies show that 60% of Toyota owners buy another Toyota. But the real genius of Toyota is seen in how they handle local production. Instead of making everything in Japan and exporting it, they built factories in the most important markets. The benefit? They not only avoided import tariffs, but they also created local jobs and won over consumers. In the United States, for example, the Toyota Camry is considered more American than many models from Ford or Chevrolet. And here's a fact that will surprise you. Toyota deliberately keeps its production capacity slightly below demand. Why? Because this allows them to keep prices stable and quality high. Meanwhile, other manufacturers have to offer huge discounts to sell off excess inventory. Toyota rarely needs to do that. When Tesla revolutionized the market with its electric cars, many predicted the end of Toyota's dominance. But this is where the story takes a fascinating turn. While everyone was rushing to produce fully electric cars, Toyota took a different path. But Because they understood something fundamental. The transition to sustainable mobility wouldn't be the same for everyone. Instead of putting all their eggs in the electric vehicle basket, Toyota developed a multi-technology strategy. The Prius, launched in 1997, was not only the world's first mass-produced hybrid, but also became the emblem of eco-friendly driving. And while other manufacturers were just starting to think about hybrids, Toyota had already sold millions of units and perfected the technology. But here's the master move. Toyota is simultaneously developing electric vehicles, hybrids, hydrogen vehicles, and efficient combustion engines. Because they understand that different markets have different needs. In areas where electric charging infrastructure is limited, hybrids are the best option. In regions with access to clean hydrogen, fuel cells could be the future. And speaking of the future, Toyota is investing billions in technologies that seem straight out of a science fiction movie. The Woven City project, an experimental city at the foot of Mount Fuji, is a living laboratory where Toyota is testing everything from personal assistance robots to autonomous transportation systems. But maybe the most impressive part is how Toyota is tackling artificial intelligence. They're not just developing autonomous vehicles. They're creating systems that learn from drivers. Transporters. Imagine a car that not only takes you to your destination but also knows your driving preferences and adapts to your wishes. To them, and here's something that few people know, Toyota files more patents related to solid-state batteries than any other auto company. These batteries promise greater range, faster charging, and improved safety compared to current lithium-ion batteries. When they're ready for mass production, Toyota could make a giant leap in the electric vehicle market. And here we are. After this fascinating journey through the history of Toyota, we arrive at the key question. What is really the secret to their global dominance? The answer is surprisingly simple, yet incredibly difficult to replicate. It's not just the legendary Toyota production system, even though it revolutionized the industry. It's not just their multi-regional strategy, even though it allowed them to conquer market after market. And it's not just their ability to innovate, even though that keeps them at the forefront. It's the combination of all this with something deeper, a unique business philosophy they call the Toyota Way. This philosophy is based on a fundamental Japanese principle, Namabasai, the idea that every important decision should be made considering its impact. In the long term, while other companies chase quarterly profits, Toyota thinks decades ahead. While others cut costs on quality, Toyota invests more in improvements, while others rush to adopt the latest trends. Toyota methodically refines its technologies, and here is the most valuable lesson we can learn from Toyota. True success comes not from making big dramatic moves, but from doing the right things consistently day after day. It is, as they say in Japanese, Kaizen, continuous improvement step by step, slowly but surely. Today, as the automotive world faces its biggest transformation in over a century, Toyota is better positioned than ever, with over 370,000 employees worldwide, a presence in more than 170 countries, and a production capacity of over 10 million vehicles a year. Toyota is not only the most valuable brand in the automotive sector, but also one of the most admired companies in the world. And as we look to the future, one thing is clear. Whether we're driving electric cars, hydrogen vehicles, or some technology we can't even imagine yet, it's very likely that Toyota will continue to lead the way. Because in the end, Toyota's dominance isn't just about selling cars. It's not just about selling cars. It's about a long-term vision for the future of mobility.